Greatest NHL player for every jersey number. This is part 9. Let's go. And we're kicking off part 9 with the number 79. And I've got Andrei Markov. Markov spent his entire 16-year NHL career with the Montreal Canadiens and was a very consistent blue liner for the Habs during that time. Had many great seasons in Montreal, including the 2008-09 season, where he had his best season offensively as a defenseman, putting up 64 points in 78 games. For the number 80, it's Nick Antropov. Antropov spent the first part of his career as a member of the Toronto Maple Leafs, had a couple of good seasons in Toronto, and it was during the 2009 season where he would be traded to the New York Rangers, and that same season recorded a career-high 28 goals between the Rangers and the Maple Leafs, and then the following season signed with the Atlanta Thrashers and had a career-high 67 points for the Thrashers, and was a part of the Thrashers when they moved to Winnipeg in 2011. For the number 81, it's Phil the Thrill Kessel. Phil Kessel's had a very good NHL career, wearing the number 81 for the Bruins, Leafs, Penguins, and the Coyotes. He has scored 30 goals 6 times in the NHL and was a huge piece of the Pittsburgh Penguins teams that won back-to-back Stanley Cups in 2016 and 2017, recording 45 points in 49 playoff games over those 2 seasons. For the number 82, it's Martin Straka. Straka played for a number of NHL teams over his 15 seasons in the NHL, but his best years were as a member of the Pittsburgh Penguins, where he recorded 83 points in 1999 and 95 points in 2001. He spent the final 3 seasons of his career with the New York Rangers, and in 2 of those 3 seasons recorded 70 or more points. For the number 83, Ales Hemsky. Hemsky recorded over 500 points in his NHL career, with most of those points as a member of the Edmonton Oilers, where he had his best season in 2006, putting up 77 points that year, and 17 points in 24 postseason games, as the Oilers made it to the Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final that season. However, the highlight that I see most of Hemsky is the play where Patrick Steffen fell down, trying to seal the empty net, and the Oilers went down the other way, and Hemsky ended up getting the tying goal. It was an absolutely wild sequence of events. For the number 84, it's Mikhail Grabovski. Grabovski was traded from the Canadiens to the rival Toronto Maple Leafs in 2008 and would break out in his first full season with the Leafs, putting up 20 goals and 48 points that year. And then 2 seasons later, put up career numbers, recording 29 goals and 58 points with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Would go on to have a brief stint with the Washington Capitals and played his final 2 seasons with the New York Islanders. For the number 85, Peter Klima. Klima scored 30 goals in the NHL 6 times and had a 40-goal season in 1991 with the Edmonton Oilers, where he won a Stanley Cup in 1990. And he's best known for scoring a triple overtime goal against the Boston Bruins in Game 1 of the 1990 Stanley Cup Finals, after he didn't play at all in the third period or the first 2 overtimes. Nikita Kucherov is my pick for the number 86. Kucherov's currently the best winger in the NHL, and he's on his way to the Hockey Hall of Fame, as he's recorded 873 career points in 725 regular season games in the NHL, and this past season won the Art Ross Trophy for the 2nd time in his career, putting up 144 points and 100 assists as well this past season, and he's a 2-time Stanley Cup champion with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Despite some tough competition from Vadim Shipachyov, Sidney Crosby is my pick for the number 87. All jokes aside, though, Crosby's without a doubt who you think of when you see the number 87, was the best player in the NHL for a long time, won everything that there is to win in the NHL, and won everything multiple times. Without a doubt, a future Hockey Hall of Famer, and in my opinion, a top 5 player all time. But if you disagree, then let me know in the comments who your top 5 consists of. For the number 88, it's Patrick Kane. Kane's another guy that's a future Hockey Hall of Famer that's won everything that there is to win in the NHL. One of the greatest Chicago Blackhawks of all time. Won 3 Stanley Cups with the Blackhawks. Had a brief stint with the New York Rangers and is now playing for the Detroit Red Wings, where he's still performing at a high level, as he had 47 points in 50 regular season games this past season. Like and follow for part 10.